Hello, and thank you for taking the time to hear about the opportunity for Victoria's Secret to branch into a different, exciting territory. Brazil, located in South America, is the next best place to expand Victoria's Secret for a variety of reasons. After thorough analyses of other potential contenders, Brazil proved to be the most strategically and potentially lucrative option. There are many principal reasons the other countries were not chosen for investment. To begin, Thailand has a strong economy with low unemployment. The majority of its economic activity is related to services, primarily tourism. Thailand is known for its culture of kindness and respect. However, Thailand has many weaknesses and threats that make the country not suitable for current expansion. Since the turn of the century, Thailand has experienced two political crises and coups. Thailand held elections in March of 2019, but the future stability of the Thai government is still unclear. Bangkok is Thailand's only city with over 1 million people. While major cities use credit cards, cash is still used for the majority of transactions. Lastly, the Thai culture values modesty and politeness. This poses a large threat to Thailand's success for Victoria's Secret. Romania is one of the fastest growing economies in Europe. However, multiple factors continue to threaten growth. Romania is still transitioning from decades under communist dictatorship. As a result, Romania does not have a middle class. Most of the country lives in rural areas or is very poor, which is not the target market for our product. Civil unrest is currently at a high level as the younger generations are currently fighting against oppressive government practices. This has resulted in public violence from the government against protesters. Romania is a member of the European Union. The European Union has a very strict set of rules that discourages foreign investment due to the uneven regulatory system, high tariffs, and strict technical and product-specific regulations. Although Canada is a low-risk market, it is highly dependent on the U.S. economy and its well-being. This dependency and unwillingness to expand away from the U.S. border equates to less potential opportunity comparative to Brazil. Brazil's population is nearly 6 times larger than that of Canada, resulting in Brazil being viewed as a better candidate for long-term expansion. Taiwan proves that size really does matter. Geographically and demographically, Taiwan could not compete with the juggernaut that is Brazil. As a comparison, Taiwan has roughly a tenth of the population of Brazil. With only 4 million residents residing in Taiwan's capital city of Taipei, it would only reach about 17% of the country's total population, while Sao Paulo provides the buying power of over 11 million people. Moving forward, it is important to note why specifically Brazil is the best option for the expansion of Victoria's Secret, and what specific aspects prompted the decision of choosing Brazil. Significant cultural aspects. Brazil ranks 5th in population size globally, with a population of 210,301,591 people, and has a strong growth rate. The median age for Brazilians is 32.4 years. 38.18% of the population of Brazil is below the age of 25, making it a reasonably young society. Significant geographical aspects. Brazil is the largest country in South America and the 5th largest in the world, with a coastline of 7,491 kilometers. This allows for a considerable amount of ports, both public and private, to operate and support local and international trade. Significant economic aspects. Brazil has the 8th largest economy in the world. Brazil accounts for 4.16% of gross world product and has a market intensity of 1.36. The gross domestic product per capita of Brazil is $8,649. Gross domestic product with purchase power parity is $3.2 trillion and $15,603 per capita. Significant political aspects. Although the country has a low ranking for economic freedom, 150th out of 180, there has been positive growth in recent years towards a healthier and freer democracy as Brazilians climb their way out of the recession of 2015. Understanding the essential values of a country and their culture is crucial before making any type of investment. There must be alignment of values between the host and visiting country, and the success of an expansion heavily lies on how those values can be respected, accentuated, and understood to do good business. The general values of Brazilians go as follows. Cultural values. Similar to the United States, Brazil is a melting pot of cultures and ethnicities. The cardinal value in Brazil is family. In the business world, nepotic hiring of family members is common. Personal relationships and trust are primary values in Brazil. Getting to know someone before doing business with them is highly valued, and trust in personal relationships is crucial. Brazilians also value freedom and equality, which is the cardinal value in the United States. Secondary values include celebration and Catholicism. The value of celebration can be seen in the popularity of Carnival. Brazil is a predominantly Catholic nation, and one of the national symbols is the Christ the Redeemer statue that overlooks Rio de Janeiro. Now let's talk about the Hofstede analysis for Brazil. Power Distance Index. With a score of 69 on the Power Distance Index, Brazil is reflective of a society that believes hierarchy should be respected and inequalities are accepted. When looking into a business or corporate venture, companies in Brazil operate under one boss who takes complete responsibility. Per Hofstede's research, one advantage of having a higher PDI would be demonstrated by the Brazilian work ethic. When managing and developing a business like Victoria's Secret in a new country, the ability to effect changes quickly and easily will be more than ideal. One limitation that Victoria's Secret would have to account for is the limited creativity that can come along with a country that has a higher PDI. Individualism and collectivism. Lying at 38, Brazil is not seen as extreme when it comes to their individual or collective views or actions. To the average Brazilian, a score of 38 would give an individual a self-image of we instead of me. This has been instilled and integrated since birth, which will in turn protect its members and family in exchange for loyalty. Just as Brazil has the metaphor of the samba, while dancing the samba, people are close in proximity to one another. The community is accustomed to being involved heavily in each other's lives. For example, a collective approach to the workplace could be seen when an older member of the family helps the younger generation acquire a job through their previous career path. In business, it is important to build long-lasting relationships. Traditionally, meetings will start up with general conversations in order to get to know each party. Masculine and feminine. Brazil received an intermediate score at 49. This goes to show that the culture does not show the traditional ideals of a masculine culture such as the US. Such a society would be highly driven by competition, achievement, and success, being defined as a winner or loser. If Brazil would be the opposite extreme of a feminine culture, it would demonstrate values in society for caring of others, putting emphasis on their quality of life. In essence, Brazil faces a fundamental issue by being in the middle there to decide what motivates oneself. Uncertainty avoidance. Stepping closer to an extreme at 76, Brazil falls in line with the majority of other Latin American countries. Brazilian society shows the need for rules and legal system in order to better structure their lives. Unfortunately, there is still an overwhelming lack in the individual's need to obey the law. People in Brazil need an escape. The metaphor of the samba dance sweeps the Brazilian people away, causing them to lose track of time and forget their troubles. In a country like Brazil, where corruption is apparent, bureaucracy, laws, and rules are important to make it a safer place to live in. The higher score goes to show how Brazilians are very passionate people. Aside from the cultural studying and understanding needed to move into a foreign market, a concrete marketing plan that envelops the values, customs, power distance, and many other critical cross-cultural examinations must be present. Victoria's Secret plans to move into the Brazilian market as follows. Marketing tactics. Victoria's Secret has established itself in the US with strong in-store and online presence. It currently targets millennials in the US, so marketing and advertising to Brazilians will be easily transferable due to their youthful culture and young age. Victoria's Secret is seen through a variety of mainstream advertising outlets, online and in print. Its social media presence alone reaches over 65 million people on Instagram, 29 million fans on Facebook, and 11 million people on Twitter. Product placement in movies and TV shows, as well as ads in fashion magazines, bring Victoria's Secret into the everyday life of potential consumers. Fashion show logistics. The launch of the brand to Brazil will be projected as a homecoming celebration with the theme Angels Coming Home, including a fashion show and grand store opening in Sao Paulo. High-power distance cultures value formality, so formal invitations will be sent, and the fashion show will be invite-only. The show will take place 2 weeks prior to Brazil's largest celebration, Carnival. Featured will be a segment of the show that is Carnival-themed, to create a positive association between Victoria's Secret and Brazilian culture. Given that Carnival takes place in February, this will provide 9 months for Victoria's Secret to be established and build brand loyalty in Brazil before the 2020 holiday. Fashion show budget. We project that total costs for the Angels Coming Home fashion show will be just over $10 million US. Of this $10 million, the largest portions will be going towards fashion show outfit costs and advertising. We have also included a 5% allowance to account for any overcharging costs. Season. Store location and reasoning. Entry into the Brazilian market will start with one brick-and-mortar retail location in Sao Paulo, the largest and most affluent city in Brazil, as well as the largest in the southern and western hemispheres. In 2018, the population of Sao Paulo was approximately 12 million people. The age distribution in Sao Paulo fits well with the demographic of Victoria's Secret customers, with approximately 2 million people between the ages of 20 and 29, and another 2 million between the ages of 30 and 39. The store will be on Rua Oscar Freire, which has been called Brazil's Rodeo Drive. It is the 8th most luxurious street in the world, making it a prime location to maintain the luxurious and prestigious image the Brazilian Victoria's Secret should portray. With large fitting rooms and lounge areas dispersed throughout the store, A sense of familiarity and luxury will be emphasized so women can feel comfortable and free to shop with friends or family. Storefront costs. We have allocated just over $27 million for storefront costs in Sao Paulo. The majority of these costs will go towards space rental, shipping and handling, and taxes. Family. We intend to use Victoria's Secret's social media channels along with those of famous Brazilian Victoria's Secret models such as Adriana Lima, Alanis Felisberto, Alessandra Ambrosio, and Gisele Bündchen to produce free advertising and brand recognition. To maintain an upscale brand image, only Victoria's Secret, not Pink, which is a subsidiary product line of Victoria's Secret, will be introduced into Brazil. This is to preserve exclusivity and focus on the target market of women ages 18 to 49. Branding efforts will be aimed towards those aged 18 to 24 as they have the largest online presence and are projected to be the main viewer base of the fashion show. Special attention will be placed on Adriana Lima, a Brazilian native who has been the face of Victoria's Secret for nearly 20 years and retired from the runway shows in 2018. This will go along with the idea of a homecoming as the beloved Adriana returns to Brazil with the gift of Victoria's Secret for her country to enjoy. Marketing costs. We have allocated our marketing budget to be 15% of projected revenue. At this time, our projected revenue for the first year of Victoria's Secret in Brazil is $50 million. Therefore, our budget for marketing costs is $7.5 million. This will be evenly split between advertising, promotional costs, and public relations. Manufacturing and distribution. Victoria's Secret can expect shipping and manufacturing costs to stay around the same price point if they stay within Sri Lanka. Given that Brazil has a relatively high uncertainty avoidance, 76, the country might feel more secure operating alongside MAS Holdings, with whom Brazil has been doing business for over 3 decades. MAS Holdings has proven to be efficient and effective when satisfying the needs of Victoria's Secret, as the company has continuously grown. In years prior, being able to provide more than 55 million panties, 15 million bras, and over 3 million swimsuits. Sri Lanka's main port for shipping and receiving is located in Colombo. At 9,577 nautical miles, Sri Lanka has exported to New York with a turnaround time of under 40 days when traveling at 10 nautical miles per hour. The Sao Paulo port is closer to Sri Lanka and has an estimated turnaround time of 38 days. The company can expect to decrease spending on shipping through quicker turnaround time, as well as orders coming less frequently, as opposed to supplying for the U.S., which has over 1,000 stores to take supply for. Even though the company has strong ties to its current manufacturer, if Brazil would feel the need to move their manufacturing elsewhere, there are still available options if need be. Being part of BRIC, Brazil has the potential to work with China. Research shows that China is actively investing in the development of Brazil and its surrounding neighbors. With projects such as the Belt and Road Initiative and the Amazon Railway Network, China helps Brazil see a brighter outlook on future opportunities. Until then, Sri Lanka and MAS Holdings deliver high-quality goods, meeting all of the requirements Victoria's Secret has, ultimately yielding higher profits. It's time for the world's preeminent lingerie brand to invest in the Southern Hemisphere's fastest-growing economy. Brazil is a vibrant, diverse country with rich cultural history. and a people that exude energy, sensuality, self-expression, and above all, an appreciation for life and the ones they love. Victoria's Secret, in collaboration with the colorful people of Brazil, will surely be a success, as it will provide consistency, sexiness, and exclusivity. Victoria's Secret will arrive as a form of a tribute to Brazilians and as a warm homecoming to the country that has been the birthplace of so many of our angels. The approach of Victoria's Secret will be one of an old friend excited to both encompass Brazilian pride and style, as well as introducing a new line of products with a twist of American-style luxury lingerie and swimwear. Victoria's Secret will deliver the gift of luxury and even more beauty to the Brazilian consumer. We welcome you into our secret world and thank you for welcoming us to your home, Brazil. To show our gratitude for your acceptance, we want to invite you to the most exclusive party in the world, our first ever homecoming celebration in your beloved country. Join us in celebrating your beautiful people and have a first row